Rights and duties of bankers. This is our next topic. Um, so we will list down and try to understand what are the rights of a bank, rights of customer, then duties of the bank and the duties of the customer. So banks, they provide services to customers. And naturally speaking, while providing these services, they do have some rights. The first right is making charges or commissions. So when banks, they provide you certain services, they transfer money on your behalf. Sometimes they do clearing, clearing services they provide, they do transfers. So they do have a right to charge commission. This is their service fee. Using customers' money. This is also bankers' right, because when you put your money in the bank, let's suppose this is your money, you put $1,000. So don't think that this $1,000 is lying somewhere untouched. No, bank can use this money. Bank can lend this money to someone else without your information. The only thing is that when you will go to the bank and demand money, they will give it to you. That's all. But it's not that you can note down the serial number of the banknotes. Okay, I gave you these 10 and you will give me back these 10. No, it will not happen. You deposit your money in the bank. Bank can do anything with that money, but the condition is that when you will request your money, they will give you back. But as soon or as long as the money is with them, they can use the money. Demanding repayment of withdrawn balances, overdrawn balances. Overdrawn balance means that when you take more money from your bank account, it is usually called overdraft. It is kind of a short-term credit, okay? So, which is given to those customers who are eligible for loans. Let's suppose that you put $1,000 in your bank account and then you take out $1,200. So what is happening? You are depositing 1,000, but taking out 1,200. So your account goes into negative balance. This is negative balance. So before it was positive 1,000. You took out 1,200, more than what you deposited. So now you owe this money to the bank. This is called overdrawn balance. Overdrawn balance when the customer owes money to the bank and the bank has a right to demand the repayment of this money. Then possessing a lien over securities. Lien is like security, guarantee, collateral. Lien is a collateral or guarantee. When you take loan from bank, sometimes the bank, they ask to give some guarantee, to give some collateral, to give some mortgage, and banks, they keep that mortgage, the charge with them. So actually, what happens? You somehow, in some cases, in fact, in most cases, if I give my property documents, which are in my name, and I take a loan from the bank, and the bank says that you need to mortgage something, and I say I have a house, and they will say, bring the documents of your house. So they cannot take my house, or they cannot come and sit in my house. They only take my documents of my house. And on the documents where my name is written, the bank's name is also appearing very soon. Bank will mark lien. So bank will discuss, bank will communicate with the authority which is managing these property documents, and they will mention in the information wherever it is maintained that this house is owned by Ali, but the bank has a lien over that. The bank has a charge over that, which means that Ali cannot sell this house without the permission of the bank. So possessing a lien means that having their own name with that. A lien is a right to retain the possession of another's property to discharge a debt. So they take a lien over that. And possession of another's property to discharge a debt. This would not apply to items held in safe custody, such as jewelry. So this will not apply like you have safe houses. Remember, bailor or bailey. So there is a safe and you put your jewelry there. So when you put jewelry there, that is not lien, because you can go open up the box, safe box, and take out anything, anytime, and take it out. Bank has no right to take it from you. Lien is only marked on that property which is given as a mortgage. Then you have duties of customer. Number one, ensuring that fraud is not facilitated when drawing checks. So you give checks to different parties. You need to make sure that the checks are properly written. properly addressed, completely written, correctly written, and so that the chances of fraud are not there. And indemnifying the bank when it acts on the customer's behalf. Indemnify means to compensate. Indemnify means to compensate. So indemnify the bank when it acts on the customer's behalf. Indemnify means secure against possible loss or damage, which means compensate. Secure against possible loss or damage. The most common example of this is when the customer uses a check guarantee card to indemnify the bank against the possibility that the check he writes takes his account into overdraft. Takes his account into overdraft, which means that if I had $1,000 in the bank and I write a check for 1,200, so my customer will go and present the check for 1,200. Bank will pay 1,200 to my customer, and then now my account becomes overdrawn account. And the bank now, I have my duty to secure the bank and pay him $200 so that the bank does not go into loss. Okay. So we call them duties of customers and duties of bank. A duty is a task or action when a person is bound to perform for moral or legal reasons. This is okay. There is no duty for a customer to ensure that he keeps records of the account. Now, this statement is about the bank statement. Okay, let me tell you what happens. When you are maintaining a bank account and you deposit money into the bank, you take out money into your bank, again, your customer give check there into the bank. So regular money is going in, coming out, okay? So there are transactions in your bank account. Bank has to keep the record. Bank has to make sure that bank is writing all of these transactions, and at any point in time you can call the bank and say, give me my bank statement. So the bank statement will show within a period, like I will ask my bank, I need my bank statement for September, and from 1st September to 30th September. And the bank will give me a printed page which will show that on which date how much money was deposited, and then on which date how much money was withdrawn, how much money was transferred to someone, how much money was received from someone. So the entire activity which is related to my bank account is shown on the bank statement. Bank is it is bank's duty. It is bank's duty to maintain that account. Now, this statement says that customer does not have any such duty. It says that there is no duty for the customer to keep record. Customer is not bound. Yes, many customers they record. I also record for myself. I know my bank is keeping record, and I know that I can demand from my bank at any point in time, but I'm also maintaining it. But I'm not legally bound to maintain it. Bank cannot force me to go and check your record. If I ask bank, give me my bank statement, they cannot say you have written it yourself, go check from there. No, they have to give it to me. So if I keep it for myself, this is my choice, but it is not my duty. It is not my duty. It is bank's duty. Then rights and duties of bankers. What are the duties of bankers? What bankers are supposed to do? Honor a customer's check. If I write check to someone and if my account has the cash, it is very important that if my account has money, the banker should honor that check. Honor check means to pay the money. For example, I've got $1,000 in my bank account and I give a check for $300. So this $1,000 is enough to cover 300. And when you, my customer, or someone else, you will go to the bank, it is bank's duty to give you this money, to honor my check. Okay. Receipt of customer funds. Somebody transfers or sends money to my bank account. It is bank's duty to receive this money and put it into my bank account. Repayment on demand. Whenever I go to the bank, I can ask that, give me my cash or give me my money. I can take my money out from the bank and comply with customers' instructions. Whatever instructions I give to the bank in relation to my account, it is their obligation, it is their duty to comply with my instructions. Okay. And provide a statement. This is the same bank statement which I told you before, which shows all the activities which have incurred or happened to my bank account. Confidentiality, very important. The banker need to make sure that my information is not shared with someone. Okay. uh, they are required by law to keep it confidential. They cannot make it public. They cannot tell to someone, you cannot go to my bank and ask how much money Ali has in the bank. They will not tell you. So they need to make confidentiality. Advice of forgery. Advice of forgery. Forgery means something which is fake. The bank must tell the customer when it becomes apparent that the check's bearing a forgery of the customer's signature, which means somebody else is putting some fake signatures or trying to, forge my signatures and trying to take out money from my bank. It is bank's duty to inform me about any such effort. Care and skill. Bankers are expected to use care and skill partly for professional reasons, but also to ensure the bank's statutory protection under same legislation, which means that it is legal obligation of the bank that they should take sufficient care and skill so that my money is protected and it is not given to someone else or the customers do not make losses. And closure of account. Bankers have a duty to provide reasonable notice to a customer. So if in any case, the bank for some reason wants to close your account, they don't want to work with you, they say we want to close your account, then they need to give you some notice and so that you can transfer your money and the bank can close the account. Then you have procedures for banking cash. This is our next topic.